Hi, this is Garrett with Gwitting Reviews, and it is time for a review of the new Gracie Abrams album, The Secret of Us. Gracie Abrams is back with her second studio album. I first heard of her last year when she opened for Taylor Swift on the Eras Tour. She gave a pretty solid live performance, so I decided to check out her debut album, and let me tell you, I wasn't very impressed. It might be because I had heard a lot of those songs live previously, but I found Good Riddance to be low energy and kind of boring. But hey, that was a debut album, and like I said, the live versions would naturally be more explosive than the studio recordings, so I went into this project hoping it would be an improvement and really showcase the potential she had live. Well, to put it frank, she doesn't. If anything, this is a bit of a regression. The Secret of Us contains some of the most bland and boring folk and pop music of the year thus far. There is no personality to any of these songs, as the instrumentals and the vocals are so dry and lifeless. There might be a passionate moment here and there, but for the most part, it sounds like nobody's trying. And look, I understand that your influences will seep their way into your work no matter what. It's gonna happen. However, the particular influences that Gracie has here, including Taylor Swift, Lorde, and Olivia Rodrigo, are showcased so egregiously that if you were to tell me that these songs were originally written for those artists and got rejected, I would absolutely believe you. As far as highlights go, there's only a handful. I think the singles are both solid. I like the guitar lick featured on Risk, and Close to You is the stickiest song on the whole album. Do those two songs still borrow heavily from Lorde? Absolutely. But hey, I like them. However, my favorite song here is I Knew It, I Know You. The melody of the song sounds so nostalgic to me, and I'm not entirely sure why. It kind of sounds like some of the stuff that my mom would make us listen to when I was a kid. I'm not sure how indicative that is of the song's quality, but I think the melody is nice, and it features one of Gracie's best vocal performances on the album. Everything else? Eh. I don't think this is a terrible album, but I just can't deal with how boring and lifeless this album is. I do think Gracie Abrams is talented, but this was such a weak showcasing of that talent. I say if you're a huge fan of the over-commercialized form of folk and pop that she's going for, then you might get something out of this, but for everyone else, unfortunately, I think this is a skip. 3 out of 10. Closer to a 4 than a 2, but still a 3.